5 changes Carrick made versus Chelsea, including Ronaldo's snub and new-look Sancho. Manchester United frustrated league leaders Chelsea to earn a 1-1 draw in Michael Carrick's second game as caretaker manager. Carrick left Cristiano Ronaldo out of his starting lineup at Stamford Bridge, opting for what looked on paper like a more conservative setup against the league leaders. The game was United's first in the Premier League since the sacking of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and they took the lead when Jadon Sancho capitalized on a Jorginho error to race clear and roll the ball past Edouard Mendy. The Blues drew level through a Jorginho penalty after Aaron Wan-Bissaka brought down Thiago Silva in the box, and neither team was able to find a late breakthrough. Here are 5 things Carrick introduced for a challenging trip to West London. Did Michael Carrick get the big decisions right against Chelsea? Have your say in the comments section. Ronaldo hasn't started every single game for United this season, but he was a near-permanent fixture in the side under Solskjaer and broke the deadlock in Carrick's first game in caretaker charge. Carrick revealed he had a good chat with the Portuguese forward before the match and that all the boys have been terrific, Cristiano included. United offered little going forward in the first half, but the strength of the opposition, especially in defense, means they were never likely to dominate in front of goal. What's more, Ronaldo's failure to get close enough to Christian Pulisic in the dying moments almost saw United beaten and time added on. Pundit Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank had suggested before the game that the advantage of having a player like Ronaldo in the side comes from him only needing one chance to find the net. However, he's apparently not the only one. During the week, Carrick made reference to Donny van de Beek's time spent playing as a false 9 for Ajax, but in the end it was another United midfielder occupying the role. Bruno Fernandes had looked a little lost at times in the defeat at Watford, and some time off against Villarreal did him some good, but the former Sporting man faced a thankless task with the 3 midfielders behind him, not among United's more penetrative players. During the first half, he was regularly forced deep, losing the attacking impact United might have hoped for, and struggling to free up space to get runners in behind. Even when the goal arrived, the midfielder can't claim too much credit for his hopeful punt downfield which Jorginho miscontrolled to set Sancho free, and one wonders if it's an experiment which won't be repeated. Earlier in the season, one gets the feeling the sight of Jadon Sancho running through in a 2-on-1 wouldn't have been considered a guaranteed goal. The winger looked low on confidence after returning from Euro 2020, and there's no guarantee he would have even shot in such a situation with a teammate free for a tap-in. However, Carrick's trust in the 21-year-old has appeared to give him a second wind, and Sancho followed his goal against Villarreal with another strike at Stamford Bridge. It might not be the toughest chance the former Dortmund man will face in his career, but these opportunities still need snatching up. Callum Hudson-Odoi failed to score from close range in the first half with a teammate square, but his England colleague made no such mistake. What did you make of Man United's performance? Rate the players below. Eric Bailly had started just 3 times for United this season, in the Carabao Cup defeat to West Ham in September, and earlier this month against Atalanta and Manchester City, and the latter 2 appearances came as part of a back 3. United's options at the back were limited in West London, with Harry Maguire, Luke Shaw and Raphael Varane all unavailable, which meant Bailey joined Victor Lindelof in a pairing not seen on a Premier League pitch since the 4-2 defeat at home to Liverpool back in May. However, Carrick's choice was still a curious one, with Bailey starting to the left of his defensive partner. Lindelof had usually been the one to shift across in the past when Maguire was unavailable, but this was the first time the Ivorian has ever played on the left of a 2 for United. Whether it was a decision made due to Nemanja Matic's ability to drift left to offer protection, or whether there were other reasons at play, Bailey didn't look like a rookie in the role. There has been a fair amount of criticism of Fred's time at Manchester United, especially in reference to his involvement in a double pivot, but there was a different role for the Brazilian at Stamford Bridge. The former Shakhtar man wasn't regarded as a defensive midfielder during his time in Ukraine, certainly not to the same degree he is in England, and his inclusion in a 3 with Nemanja Matic and Scott McTominay allowed him to run beyond his colleagues. While a late attempted chip frustrated United fans, if we're set to see the Shakhtar version of Fred, rather than the much maligned United version, that feels like a positive.